What's up, everyone? How are you? Today, we're going to rock it out and talk about the CEO mindset versus your employee mindset and what might be holding you back. So, I want to welcome you right now to another episode of Winject Radio presented by Winject Studios. I am NEENA Perez. I'm from Straight Talk, No Sugar Added. I'm so glad to be here. I freaking love Mondays. I always look forward to this day. I know people don't like Mondays. I don't know why. It's a beautiful day. So I appreciate you guys spending these Mondays with me. It's Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you go ahead right now and click below the share button. Make sure that you subscribe. That way you don't ever miss an episode. And if you're watching this on replay, go ahead and click replay on the bottom and leave your comment because I love to talk back. So why don't you go ahead and text our community number, which is 1-843-396-2104. That way you can connect with me. Just put NEENA on there, whatever message you want, and I will get your messages. And if you don't know about Winject, you need to find out. So it's winject.com/join, and you can hang out behind the scenes. You can look at a bunch of courses on there. We have it's just so much information. I don't even know how to all to tell you, but what I will tell you is that there's official partners back there. There's special guests. There's a whole bunch of podcasters. And this is really, really freaking growing at a very rapid rate. And you need to be a part of this. So podcasters, if you want to join with your community and really be connected with them, please join. And if you are a consumer of podcasting or any of that and you like to be connected, you need to join. So go on there. Like I said, it's winject.com/join. Make sure you do that. Now, if you are here, I wanted to talk to you today about the CEO, and I couldn't think of a better person to do this with, right? So lately I've been working with a lot of women, and we've been talking about, how to level up their careers and how they're feeling stuck and all this other stuff. And I wanted to talk today about being a badass boss or being your own CEO, right? And not everybody wants to start their own business, but a lot of people want to level up their mind game, right? So maybe it's that side hustle that you're trying to look at. So I'm developing this program to really cut the bullshit and take out the roadblocks and fears that are holding you back from starting what you want to do and going forward in what you want to do. So last week we had talked about your mindset being the number one priority for you. And today we're going to get real about what's stopping you from being a real CEO, like a real vision driven CEO versus an employee, and what mindset has to go through that, right? But I don't want to do this alone. So I wanted to bring on here a real freaking amazing entrepreneur. I call him like a shark. Like he goes in, okay? And someone I respect and I have grown to call my friend, and his name is Chris Ross. That's my boy. So Chris, if you can pop on here, I would love to talk to you this morning. There he goes. Can't hear you, Chris.
Yeah, I'm over here pushing, but I feel like I'm an executive, like a producer right now. I'm over here pushing buttons and all kind of shit.
Are.
I was like, what is going on right now? And I don't like all that stuff behind me. Anyways, what's shaking?
What's shaking?
What's
How
up?
are you?
How you doing? I'm doing well. I'm very blessed. Happy Money Monday, mother truckers.
Happy Money Monday.
That's
you
right.
Know what? I wanted to talk to you because, I believe that CEOs are like these big time visionaries, right? And one thing I love about you is the way your mind works. I don't always get everything that comes out of your mind because it's some heavy stuff, but you got some really great visions going on. And, the odds are that a lot of people are trying to create these big, audacious goals and these dreams or whatever, and they have visions. But the problem is sometimes their vision of reality doesn't line up with what they're trying to do in their lives, right? So I wanted to kind of talk to you about that because it's not easy trying to line up what you're dreaming about to what the reality is. And sometimes our own fears get in the way, right, Chris? Like our own beliefs that we can't do it, or something that limits us into believing that we can actually accomplish this, and then we hit roadblocks, right? So how is it that you conquer this thing, this when you started to become an entrepreneur, I'm sure you had a vision of what you wanted to create. How did you conquer that?
Overall, I mean, that's a great question. It's a loaded question, considering I never put myself in a situation where I tried to say, okay, I'm going to be in this spot. I mean, I think about where my life has, well, especially even when you're looking at in my career and how it's evolved rapidly.
Mhm.
I never
Mhm.
thought really that I would be in the spot that I'm in today. It was a lot of time where I had to look at in collaborative, like energetic space and that coherent energy and aligning myself, you know, morally and ethically in tapping into my source. And I talk a lot about this in the spiritual laws of success. I mean, you look at Deepak Guy's book that he wrote like in '94,
Mhm.
and I live and die by those laws, and and trying to implement that into my life because there's a lot of people out there that are calling themselves entrepreneurs, and I wouldn't trust them to check my mail.
Right.
True story.
Right.
And I speak openly and fluently about certain things, and I speak a lot of passion. And sometimes people can take certain things, what I'm saying, as I'm trying to be disrespectful. It's just that I'm not. I'm extremely passionate about entrepreneurship and collective impact. And the more that you align yourself with the right people, then you're in a collaborative space, and everything expands and everything is available for you. But
Mhm.
it's staying in check and holding yourself accountable to whom you are and what you're trying to accomplish. If it doesn't feel right and trusting your gut instincts, then it's not going to be right. Something's going to end up happening. And
Mhm.
so we have to look at your life and look in, especially in different types of industries and businesses. There's probably close to around 29 different industries that I'm involved in currently as an entrepreneur, but it's the same methods and techniques that I use and align within processes. And you see it in a lot of stuff that I do is one heartbeat, one mission, one outcome. It's not a punchline. I live and die by
Right.
that. That's my
Right.
life. One heartbeat, one mission, one outcome, because history has proven as long as I put myself in the right, we'll get everybody on the same cadence and
Mhm.
within
Mhm.
the mission and the core values and the principles and what we're trying to accomplish, the end result's always going to be winning.
Right.
And that
Yeah.
sounds really,
Yeah.
that sounds hard and sometimes too far fetched for people to really grasp the concept on, but it's really not that simplistic. I mean, it's really that simplistic to wrap your
Mhm.
mind around if you live and die by those principles, because anything that I say, you might not take that as truth. Well, that's the understanding of difference between truth and illusion. And we can go all the way down that deep rabbit hole if we want. But anyways,
Right. No, I think that one of the things I want to point out too is that you talked about being accountable to yourself too, right?
Jakob,
And
what's
I
up?
think I think that's huge. Who's that?
Jakob. You don't know Jakob?
Oh,
Jakob,
no,
you gotta love
I
that
don't
guy.
think
Yeah.
so, but we
That's my
gotta
man.
meet
That's my
up.
man. What's up?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Keep doing your
Oh,
thing. I'm
look.
over here pushing
Yeah,
buttons. Now I
yeah.
gotta
No,
stop
you're
talking.
good. Gabe said he's starting his journey on Winject
That's
this week,
right. That's
so
right.
that's awesome. You talked about accountability.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about how you shifted your mindset from an employee, right,
Mm,
to a CEO and to an entrepreneur.
that's a
And
fun story.
I know that some of that has to come with accountability to yourself as well. So, take us there for a second. Like, how did you switch? How did you do that? Because even I sometimes struggle, right? I have side hustles and things I do on the side. I
Hmm.
am an employee as well, and I'm trying to shift that mindset completely as well. So, what's up with that? How do you do that?
You ever heard that song, the Black Street Boys, way back in time? Take you back in time, way back in time. I'm
Yes.
showing my age right now.
Yes, I do.
Anyways,
It's my age too,
oh
Chris.
my gosh. Anyways, I'm going to take everyone back. Okay, let's go back in time when I was a regional director of admissions for a trade school. Okay, and I think I had at the time 9 campuses that I was running indirectly and directly and whatnot, and coming in and aligning processes. And I remember at one point, the company that I signed on to take over, we looked at a lot of areas of opportunity of attacking Texas, and it was a trade school in Texas only. Okay, and there were all
Okay.
these different locations. And I'm like, how do I get everybody on that same type of one heartbeat, one mission, one outcome? And then one side's like, if I get one campus on fire and then they move on to the other one, I had to keep lighting fires and understanding my talents and skills of lighting a torch and allowing them to run with it and for me to keep going. Right. So
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm making this point and I'm making this example. I started to learn what a CEO is supposed to do
Mm.
and understanding who to go look at in my division or who to look at around me that I can give them enough understanding of what I need them to do for the whole team. Because even if you look at a staff, let's go for sales for a second. If you look at a sales division, you have top producers. They're not going to be the ones that run it. I need to look at one who does have influence to be able to be trusted enough to like I guess you would say, direct traffic, right?
Mhm,
Like with the
mhm.
white gloves, with the whistles and stuff. And I remember a CEO walked in the office, and we went from around. They didn't hit a start. Okay, that's why I was there. And the start is it's a quota of like they enroll students into a program, and then a start date, and then making sure you had over 90% pass and review. Okay, so and this might be hard for people to understand. I'm gonna try to explain it in a certain way. But we went from not hitting a start and being in the red to being over 400% growth within 2 months. They're
Wow.
like, how the hell did this happen? I remember the
Right.
CEO walked in my office, in the corporate office, and it was like, I don't know, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning. I was in my office working. And he goes, man, dude, I appreciate all the hard work. I'm like, oh, you think this shit's for you? This isn't for you. I'm sharpening my skill set. I'm getting my approach ready, because what's going to happen is I've just taken over this whole, I just tested myself. I knew that I can apply my skill set, and I knew I can apply my methodology within this organization and take over. Now, when I walk off, I'm going to go do it for everybody globally. So when I
Mm,
got that to that point,
mm.
he looked at me like I was crazy. And what you know it, that CEO has reached out to me, and probably in the last like 4 years, like, hey man, would you ever thought about coming back? I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I'm done, bro. Like, you might have hired me for that glimpse and snapshot of memory and time, but I was there just to kind of clean my stuff up and clean my
That's
approach up.
good.
So when I launched my first corporation and started to take over, I already was acting like a CEO. So when
Mhm,
you
mhm.
mentioned that was the shift. I started acting like a CEO when I was an employee.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote that down, right? You used your skill set as the employee to become the CEO you wanted to be. And that's powerful, Chris, because a lot of people think that they have to get stuck
It's a great
in the
question.
employee mindset, right? But you're saying, no, I'm using my skill set as I'm currently an employee to level myself up to become that CEO I want to become. That's freaking
Hmm.
powerful, right? Because it shows you that you don't have to stay where you are, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Well,
powerful.
it's kind of like going back in time. At some point in our lives, we conformed.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, when you look at and this is going to sound really harsh, but I'm going to say it. If you aren't living the best quality of life, it's okay, because you're not there yet. But if you're not doing what you feel that were born to do,
Mm.
and you're still not doing that, or at least pointing in the right direction, getting 1% better every day, or at least pointing in the right direction, then you're a walking, talking disaster. You're
Mm.
failing your life.
Wow.
You are a CEO of your life first. And if you're not doing what you want to do, and doing, or at least going in that direction, then you're putting yourself in a situation where you are not just failing your life, you're failing everybody in your legacy of your future life.
Damn.
Think about the people that you're going to come in contact with if you decide to keep pushing and moving forward 10 years from now. You're failing them. So
Mm.
that's how much accountability principles that you need to adopt and hold yourself accountable. I'm not doing this for people's opinion of me right now. I'm doing this for my daughter's opinion of me when she's 40, not when I'm 40 now today. Do
Damn,
you see what
that's
I'm saying?
good.
So
Yes.
you have to put yourself in that situation. See, I'm strong enough to be able to handle that, because I've surrounded myself with some pretty predominant individuals, and I would be a moron not to be where I'm at today
Mhm.
because of the people that I've been exposed to.
Mhm.
Like it's
That's
all about
good.
exposure. Success is about exposure. It's about who's been exposed to people like this, or who's been exposed to this way of thinking. I'm an uncommon thinker, and I produce uncommon results
Mhm. Wow.
because I am willing to take on what I need to assimilate, and to be able to also, even most importantly, delegate. I need to learn how to delegate certain things around me, because I need to stay within my zone of genius to attack. Like, I
Mhm.
don't walk out of my room in the morning like an accident. Everything I do is on purpose.
Mhm.
Everything I do is on purpose.
I mean, damn. Hold on. You dropped so much
Sorry.
knowledge right now.
Well, you hit the right
Woo! That
button. I
was
was like,
good.
well, I'm going to say what I got to say.
That was good. No, because I mean, I agree, Kalina. That's exactly what I got, what I wrote down. CEO of your life first. And that really like resonated with me, because I realized that that is so damn true, Chris. Like, if we realize that we are the CEO of our lives first, that we have to get up and take care of our lives first, that we're doing a damn good job in that area, as
Mm-hmm.
you know, and if we focus on that, we will become the CEO that we want to be. That's so freaking powerful, bro. So let me ask you this. How did you overcome, like, not losing yourself, right? So not being, not becoming an a-hole, to say the least, because I
Oh no, I
actually,
am. No,
hold
you want to hear this? You want to hear this? Yeah, let me hear it. I have a no asshole policy. I'm the only one. Okay. I only allow myself to cool people, you know.
That is hilarious.
Just kidding. I'm
No,
kidding, by the way.
that's
Yeah.
fine. No, what I was gonna say is, you know what, Chris? I was speaking to a young man about this, and he is struggling because he's trying to have that mindset of a CEO. He's trying to build up his legacy, right? And one of the things that he's realizing is that it's a shark world out there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and he's like, hold up a second, I'm trying to be a good guy here, and I can't. So, can you do both? Can you still live in your integrity, live with who you are, and all of that, and still be the entrepreneur
100%.
you want to be and success? Okay, great.
You're not going to operate at optimal level if you don't. You're going to end up burning yourself out or putting yourself in a situation where, and I've been there before.
Yeah.
When I started producing, not myself, and passive revenue and passive, in different types of, bridging contracts and looking how to leverage. When you're leveraging things, you don't need to take on all the weight. You need to learn how to tipping point and a focal point to be able to push all those buttons, right? It's a domino effect. So then you start detaching yourself from what the certain things that bring you extreme amount of fulfillment in your organization. Then you start to lose yourself a little bit. I like to still be in the grind and still be in the trenches, because that's where I get my competitive advantage from. Because I'm not going to allow you to be next to me and drop the ball. And I'm going to look at you and go, yo, we had this conversation. I know that I might potentially move at a higher, faster pace than most people, but this is my expectation. You might not be here yet. It's my job as a CEO to give you the proper tools to develop and get yourself here. You can be here and operate with me. I will get you here. But this is my standard. I will never compromise that standard.
That's good.
Never. And if you can't do it, I'll employ 5 people to match up to that to get you here. So what do you need? Oh, I can't. Listen, I don't accept failure. There's that's not an option. Oh, we just didn't do it. No. You will start looking around and you'll be in an unemployment line. You know what I mean? It sounds harsh, but it's true.
I mean,
because think about what I said at the beginning of it. It is my moral obligation, my responsibility to put everyone in my organization, directly or indirectly, in a position to win.
Right.
And I will not fail myself. I will not fail my future self, and I will not fail the future people that I will come in contact with if I decide to allow you to lose. Because say, for instance, you're running down the street, right? Running down the street. Make it really easy for people to understand. Like, I'll make it to that stop sign. Well, I'm going to make it to this. Now, there's no limitation. I'm just going to keep running. I don't see anything. I am going after it. I have blinders on. I don't see anything.
Yeah.
I am moving.
So what do you do, like, in the beginning of this shift, right? Because right now, I mean, you have a team, you have all that. But what happens when Chris was alone? What happened in those moments when you were the one in the trenches? Yeah, what happens when you were in the trenches alone and shit came out came your way, and it's like, okay, do I go get a 9 to 5 just to make this happen?
That was an option.
Exactly. How do you do that, though? How do you switch it and make that not an option? Because fear comes in, right?
Yeah. And we're real, okay? If you put a gun to my head, I fear that.
Right, of course.
Okay, I mean, let's be real. I mean, I hear a lot of people, I'm not scared of shit. No, you're afraid.
Yeah,
I'm afraid.
Yeah. I think we all.
I'm afraid, and I don't show being afraid normally, like, to other people. But you still feel what you feel.
Of course.
Okay. You just got to know how to be able to compartmentalize some certain things to be able to keep pushing forward. So you're talking about a staff. There's been a lot of people that my loyalty get the best of me. You get people to a certain spot, right? And you need to get here. And you still have a staff that is really relying on you, but all you are is a leash. Like, you're leeching onto my ability, and they're always going to want to be around you. I'm suffering from this now, going from another corporation and stepping away and hiring a CEO for 270 employees. And now I'm going into a chairman role of me not being in the day-to-day operations of that corporation. It makes it even worse. The corporation has my name on it.
Right.
That's a different type of role. So I have to look at, okay, from where you are right now, and this is one of the things that I've done since the time, even before I was a CEO, I would ask them these questions. Okay, if here are my day-to-day stuff that I need to accomplish, your objectives. Here's some things, here's some goals, okay? From what we're going over right now, what do you think that you need my help on, or at least my resources on, to get yourself to that optimal level? If you can't operate at that optimal level, I can understand that. That's something where it's going to take a lot of touch points for you to acquire the skills and forge the skills to operate there, to feel normal. Well, my job is to keep feeding your mind, okay? So if you're able to get there, what else in your life are you trying to accomplish? Where do you see yourself in this organization? Do you see yourself in this organization? Is this a stepping stone to get you to where you want to be and where you're destined to be? I don't want you to work for me forever, but you're not going to want to leave me. Right. You see my point? So I need to feed you what you really want. So now that's a separate conversation that I'm having with individuals going, I really applaud people around me becoming an entrepreneur. Okay. If you're around me long enough for 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to brainwash you believing in yourself. True story.
Right.
Because there's nothing separating me. There's nothing blocking me, because, it comes back to even my competitive advantage. I will not ever quit.
Right.
I will not ever quit on myself if I believe it's going to get me to the outcome that I'm going after. Right. But if I have to break down in days, and if I feel like it doesn't align with the best interest of myself, short-term, long-term, then I need to back out. I need to start to look at, okay, how do I hire the right people to start pulling away from this contract where it's still breaking me over my certain numbers, short-term, long-term, and then start hiring that. And then I can sell the company or break it off in pieces, and then look at the competitors. I go after certain other competitors in the industry. It's your best day of your life. I'm going to sell this company, but I'm not going to sell it. What part of this business do you think that will allow you to get to the numbers you're looking at? Then I'll break off a certain number of percentages, and then I would sell a piece off of that business, and then we do some type of merger. This is how the game is won. Right. It's not done by yourself. It's done by how well you are of being able to future pace, and then also look at your business, the existing businesses, and looking at other areas of opportunity and going, okay, here's where I see a gap. And this gap, is it worth my life? That's how much effort I put in. Is it worth my life? Not my business life or my personal life. Is it worth my life? Russ Johns, community leader for Winject Studios. Love you, Russ.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Love
him too.
He said, what's your legacy? My legacy, they're going to hang my jersey from something. I don't know what rafters and what freaking Hall of Fame is going to be in. And who knows, I'm maybe one bad decision away from them to put me in a straitjacket. I don't know. I'm just saying. But what I will tell you is I'm not going to quit unless, you got to be ready to do what you need to do. It's like, if I feel that this business opportunity, or if I feel that what your role is right now is not in the best interest of you in long-term or short-term in my organization, I'm going to say something to you.
Right. But who did that for you though, Chris? Like when you first started. I was going to ask you that.
No one. You know what? It was it's kind of like the two biggest catalysts, right? You have pain, pleasure. All my shit came from pain.
Right.
I'm being 100% real.
No, I believe
100%
that.
real. Yes. 100% real. There's people out there that said that they wanted the best interests of me, but they only viewed me on how I could help them.
Right.
So all the things that I'm talking about right now, no one's ever done for me.
Right.
It was all by what they said they were going to do, and they end up screwing me over.
Right.
All mine came from pain.
What do you do with that, Chris? Like as
Karma.
a CEO.
Karma is going to get you. I'll let karma get you. Karma's going to get you, and that sucks. It's a sorry-ass feeling, because I'm telling you, sometimes the best revenge is to be able to create such an amazing opportunity where in giving them a front row seat, and I'm going to provide the refreshments, popcorn, candy, everything I'm going to,
Thank you
that's
for
the
saying
worst
that.
thing.
Thank
That's
you.
the
It
worst thing
is.
for people to really watch you win, and they can't stand it.
Right.
And that's trusting the universe. It's like the law of karma. Okay. It's
Right.
cause and effect. All right. And for
Right.
most people to understand this, cause and effect. There's a
Mm-hmm.
cause and there's a lot of effects that happen. Well, they don't realize that sometimes I'm that asshole that I will actually look at the future pace a little bit and see how many people that come in contact with and how many people you want to come in contact with. And I'm going to buy out that corporation.
I love that. Holy
Yep.
shit.
True story. I will stunt your growth. But that's the understanding and trusting in yourself 100%. I will always invest and I always will bet on me. Always. Because I am the only person that I can control.
Wow.
Only one. So you have to even the ones that have put and even some of the people I've come to contact with in the last like 4 weeks say they want to be around me and whatnot, but I don't look at anything you say. I don't listen to it half the time. What I'm looking for is the next touch point. What are you willing to do when I know the opportunity crosses your desk, and if you don't bring it up to my attention, then I know you can't be trusted.
Right. Wow, Chris. Okay. I wrote so much.
I don't. Sorry. Down. Yeah, I go talk shit. I love this topic. I love
that topic too. I mean, wow. Okay. So, first of all, I agree with you 100% on the karma thing. I agree on the karma thing because I feel like it is super hard. I mean, you are way far more advanced in your entrepreneurial journey than I am. And in the beginning, you do get discouraged, you get angry, you get frustrated, you get pissed because you're trying to help people out and they're cutting your throat while while you're trying to help them out. And that's a very difficult thing in a place to be in. I also believe that I always say it this way: God don't like ugly. So you're gonna go ahead and do ugly with me. I'll put it
this way. I'll put it this way. And just that one little touch point. I want everyone to understand this. I don't need to see you to touch you. Okay. And I don't need to. I'm like Braille. All right. Seriously. I don't need to sometimes try to put things in motions to give you harm and bring you discomfort. Your insecurities and your dysfunctional routines and habits are going to allow you to destroy yourself. I'm just going to create the play for you.
Wow.
I'm going to create the scene and I'm going to allow you to let you get the best of yourself, thinking you might know what you're talking about, but you have no idea the moving parts of, if you really want to understand what is happening in today's world, go follow the money. And I'm not talking about the people you see on Forbes or people buying articles and shit. I'm talking about the ones that really control this world. Really control it and see the type of moves and the way they operate. I started to associate myself and started to tap into these high-level thinkers by accident. Or was it? Because I started aligning myself with these types of level of thinkers and going, well, this is the way they operate. And this is the way that everybody in the marketplace is causing a lot of noise to be seen, be heard, be talked about, quoting Russ Johns, right? And I love that statement from him.
Yeah.
And they always want to be talked about. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be heard. I don't want to be talked about, but you will talk about me.
Right.
That's how you start getting noticed around some high-level people, is that I will be in conversation. These people have never met me before. And I'm in those conversations.
Right.
And that's by pushing buttons in a marketplace. That's how I gain clients. That's how I gain businesses. That's how I gain contracts. Is people wanted to do business with me, not by the way that I made them feel, but the way the results. It's by my exposure and how much areas of opportunity that I have for them. Like, that's what I love about podcasting. And that's for the thing about Winjet. That's my responsibility, is to put you might not see the best part of you, but I see it.
Right. Wow. That's a lot. And so do you think that, well, let me ask you, can I ask you a little bit of a more personal question?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what happens now, Chris, if you go through, and I know you said you never give up, but I want to talk about something a little deeper. What happens in those moments when you don't want to fucking get up? You know what I'm saying? Excuse me.
It happened this morning.
You don't want, you just don't, you just don't. What do you do? How did you get up? What did you do?
Yeah, it's every morning I live and die by this. Every morning, there hasn't been any type of technology has been in my bedroom in the last almost I would say 700 something days.
Oh, wow.
The reason why is I suffer from FOMO. Okay. It's fear of missing out. And when you're running businesses, especially virtually, if you can tell from my accent, I am American and I am in the UK and I am lost. Okay. So a lot of my organization, a lot of contracts that things happen when I'm already setting the pace and then I have to allow them to catch up. Okay. So I can easily always suffer from looking at my phone and looking at technology and making the right decisions. But if I allow that shit to go to my sanctuary, I'm not going to be able to pour into myself just as much as I'm pouring to everybody else. So right when my eyes wake up in the morning, that is the closest you're going to get to the subconscious mind and what's in there.
Wow.
So right when I wake up in the morning, my feet hit the ground, my hands are up like this, and I want to just enjoy the show and saying, all right, well, this is what's happening in my life. Why am I thinking of this? I ask myself hard questions. In the mirror, I ask myself hard questions. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? What do I not like about this? Why am I thinking of this in this perspective, right? Where did I learn this information? And then I start breaking off that information and going, okay, where did I learn this? Who did I learn this from? What am I watching on TV that's allowing myself to get angry? What you see my point?
Yeah.
So what am I feeding myself? People go, well, you got to feed yourself brain health or brain that. Okay, what am I going to give myself? Am I putting myself in the right situation? Am I putting you in the right situation? See, that's how much effort do you have to put in on me first before I can say it to you. I can't come to you, NEENA, and going, NEENA, I'm going to ask you to do this, and I don't do it myself. That's what leadership is all about. I'm not going to ask you to do something I've never done.
Right. And so you do this when you wake up. You do this as soon as you wake up.
That's 3 hours before I touch a piece of technology, NEENA. 3 hours.
Wow, that's good. That's really good. Because I find myself looking at my phone all the time. And I was telling my husband this too. Like, I wake up and the first thing I do is, did any of my employees text me to be out
100%. And it's hard to do. It's hard to do. It's kind of like this. You got to hold yourself accountable to this. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're in fear of your company failing and burning and catching on fire for 2 hours of your day, you're not a real entrepreneur and you're not making moves.
Wow.
You have to trust. That's what it's all about. You got to surrender. You can't allow just the universe to work in your favor every once in a while. You have to trust in it 100%. Like, I am willing to trust in the universe and all the hard work and all the touch points that I put in right now, NEENA, and trusting the universe is going to allow me to live a fulfilled life. In order to do that, you need to take away all responsibilities within yourself.
Wow.
And that's really trusting the universe.
Right.
Really trust in the universe. And that shit doesn't happen by accident.
Right.
That comes from all the hard work. Mike Diamond, one of my, I love him to death. And Mike Diamond says this, and he's got a book coming out. I haven't talked to him in a while. You can definitely see how busy I've been. He talked about this. The people that put in the work in the dark, and when it's dark and no one gives a shit, you don't get exposed in the bright lights. And that's 100% true. People go, well, damn, Chris, I mean, I went to an interview the other day and it was BBC stuff. And they were like, do you need to put anything on the screen? I'm like, fuck no, excuse my language, but no, I know my shit. You don't need to give me no cue cards. I'm ready. Turn the damn thing on. Let's go. I've been saying the same thing before they put a microphone on my face.
Right.
I'm ready. Turn it on.
Right. So I mean, what I'm hearing is do it anyway. That's what I'm hearing. Like, you said this morning you woke up and that's how you felt, but you freaking did your shit anyway. You got up, you did what you had to do.
If it aligns with what you should be doing.
Right.
There's some people out there trying to become an entrepreneur, and that shit's just not built for you, man.
Right.
It's just not built for you. You're over trying to become the best whatever in the world, but in order for you to become the best at whatever, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to? Because here's the thing about people talk about sacrifice. Sacrifice is what's going to happen if you don't do it. It's an investment.
Wow.
It's an investment. I don't sacrifice shit. It's an investment. It's a future investment into my future self. I don't sacrifice anything. sacrifice it. You might can compromise in second, but you got to start paying attention to the vocabulary that people use. You can intensify or detensify everything by your own perception of your own reality. And sometimes my reality might be way out there for people to understand. And yes, it takes a lot of touch points. It's a scary place, man. When you look back and you see everyone else's results, especially when you were the ones that you started off with, and these guys are gals and are in horrible situations. Well, I don't let my emotions get the best of me. I'm like, there's a lot of touch points. I don't know what you do when your lights are off.
Right.
You might be doing some cocaine or like sleeping with the whole thing. I don't know what you do. It's not my job to care because no one's going to care about my businesses and my corporations as much as me.
Right.
You know, and there might be a time you see Michael Jordan, perfect example. And I'm not trying to I'm not making an example, but when he quit in 93 and came back, he lost that fire. When I lose that fire, I promise you, my results might be running circles around things. And if I lose that fire, that spark, that something, then I got to move on, man.
Yeah.
And you can hear him in interviews talk about it. Like, I'd lost that fire and there was nothing else for me to prove at that point.
Right.
That's the ones that are tapped into their truest potential. And I started off this call saying this is being in a collaborative energetic space. I am an intercollaborative energetic space at all times. Because as I'm on a call with you right now, I am recycling energy with you. You probably can hear at the beginning of this, wasn't that hype. I'm hype right now because I'm an intercollaborative energetic space and synergetic space with you and people that are tuning in. But I'm conscious that people are listening to me. But my job is for them to understand this isn't going to happen tomorrow for you.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Right. And I think what people need to understand is that's okay.
Yes.
That's okay. You're on your journey. You're on your way.
This is your life.
I think this is where the fear, the depression, the ego, all that starts coming in, right? Because why isn't it happening to me right now? Why isn't it happening?
Because it's not ready for you yet.
Yeah.
You can't ask God or ask Allah or ask the universe to give you what you want when you're on your time schedule.
Right.
You see my thing, you know what I mean?
Yes.
There's a lot of unanswered prayers, man, that I have had. There's been certain people in my personal life that it just broke my heart when they weren't around. And now just like, well, damn, that wasn't a fit. That makes more sense now.
Right.
Understand that there's something out there. I don't care what you believe into this world. As long as you believe something bigger than your narcissistic self. Okay.
Right.
So it's be real with yourself. Like, understand that there's a bigger purpose out there for you. It's not about business. It's about being able to go, when I close my eyes at night and there's that time right before you're about to tap into the frontal lobe of the brain when you start to shut down, okay? Am I living a fulfilled life? And do I really want to live this life? And if you're not happy, then what is the point? If you're sleeping, and here's the problem with personal life. You might be sleeping right next to someone that's and trying to hold on to the old version of you that is not even required for your future self. And they're secretly wanting you to fail. And they're setting up the moves for you to fail. Mm-hmm. That's why communicating is important. But sometimes communicating your deep and darkest secrets can be a little difficult.
Yeah. Just a little.
I'm speaking truth here. And when I started to communicate what I really wanted in my life, people got really nervous.
Yeah.
Really nervous. Yes, because then I started cutting people. I mean, I wouldn't just say cut them out. I still love you from a distance, man. I don't need to have a conversation with you. Going and sitting down and having a cocktail. I don't even drink.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like anything that changes my way of thinking. I don't want that because my future self won't allow me to stop. Wow. And yes, there are times that I need to shut. You definitely tell high level of energy, right? Well, I didn't always have this high level of energy and to be able to recycle into things because I was pouring into things that didn't have the capacity to withstand my level of thinking or that frequency that I was raising everybody else's around you.
Right.
Everybody around me, I was raising their vibration and I was left with nobody else. It's a messed up feeling in this world being able to purchase anything you've ever wanted in life and beg for the things you need. Think about
Right.
what I just said.
Yes. No, I hear that. Say
Sometimes
that
it
again.
take
Drop it again. Drop it
no,
again.
it really sucks in life to be able to buy or purchase anything you ever wanted in life and beg for the things that you need in life.
Indeed. Yes.
But
Wow.
all you need is your relationship with a higher purpose, your higher
Yes.
self.
Yes. I always say that.
Sometimes in life will bring you to your knees, and guess what? That is exactly where you need to be.
Yes. Yeah. And it's not
But
going to be
aren't you
fun.
trusting? Aren't you
Yeah.
trusting into something bigger than yourself? You can't do it by yourself.
Yes.
I am a vessel. By the time, whenever someone calls my number, but I am not going to allow them to call my number until and me feel in a certain way that I didn't give it my all, man. Yeah, I played a lot of sports, okay, growing up. I boxed for a long time, boxed in the Navy, and I learned a lot from sports. And you can, especially being around team sports, but not just that, but being in a ring by yourself, you learn a lot about yourself, okay? Is that giving up factor. But when you put yourself in situations where you know that you could have gave more, I mean, we've all been there, and I've been there in personal relationships. I know I should have been a better person. I knew I should have communicated that I really didn't want to hang out, or I really didn't want to whatever. And you got to communicate, but then also, what is your communication like with your higher purpose and a higher self of you?
That's deep.
But that's a hard conversation, Nina.
Yeah.
Is to sit there in your life going, I'm really not.
Right.
But if you're a CEO and you're saying that, you are exposed and you are a liability of yourself. Why should I be involved with you? If you're a liability to yourself, then you're at some point you're going to screw somebody else over.
Yeah.
See my point?
Yeah. Wow.
So that's it. I don't look at there's been people that I haven't done business with because of the small ways that they speak to people.
I agree.
And that's different. You know what I mean? So, and they'd be like, man, I really want this exposure. I really want to do this. And I would tell them straight up, like, listen, I'm not going to be involved with you in the next 6 months. Here's my non-negotiables. Here's the reason why I'm doing this. And here's the purpose of this. And then sometimes I'll look at that situation. I'm like, okay, why do I really need this person? Why do I really need this situation in life? I don't need it right now. If God or universe or whatever the situation is, and I can't get there, there must be something else that I need to break down.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. You're CEO of your life. That's why you're going to keep making dumbass decisions, expecting these great results. You're doing it to yourself. You are ruining your own life just being in that situation.
Yeah. But you know what you keep doing? And I realize that you keep doing is you keep bringing it back to the higher power, because you're like, if this isn't working, why isn't it working? If you're on your knees, why are you on your knees? You know what I'm saying? Like you
put yourself there, man.
Right. But the thing is too, I realize that you're also realizing that these things are for your benefit, that these things are to lift you up.
There's a lesson in everything.
Yes.
There's a lesson in everything. And I am a very spiritual person. Some people would call that whatever. And like I said before, I don't, to each his own, man. I'm just trying to live my best life. I don't give a shit about that. Like, I'm just whatever your feeling and your opinion is and your whatever, that's on you, man. It's not on me. How I make you feel is on you. Like, I try to put myself in situations where I'm involved with things that bring me a lot of joy. And that's where I really failed a lot in my life. And in my personal life is where I wasn't doing anything in my personal life that brought me any type of satisfaction and joy, because the only thing I loved to do was change lives and obviously be in business. And then I realized, shit, then that's where I needed to be. And then start building the life around me. And if you do the right things, and I'm keep going all the way back to this, it's cause and effect from what you're doing right now. Either is a plus for you to sit there and stay stagnant, or it's in the best interest of you to maybe start looking at other possibilities. If you're not looking at your life right now and breaking down your life every day, they tell you, oh, you need to break down your goals I break down my goals every hour pretty much. Like, this shit is not working for me, boo-boo. Like, I got to move, man. Like, something's happened. Like, what do I not know? Like, what do I not know, man? Like, because I don't want to be sitting there in a drawing board. Like, I am the most prepared. I'm telling you. There's sucks. You ever went to a spelling test on a Friday and not be prepared? Like, I didn't study any of this shit. Well,
Right.
that's what 98% of people right now doing in the marketplace, going into work, going, I'm a CEO. You're not a CEO of shit. The only thing
Right.
you understand is you're going to be casting checks or doing and making moves. True freedom is being able to let go of everything you've ever known and not hold on to
Wow.
anything. That's
Wow.
true power. Like all that you hear with all these event speakers. I posted something on Friday night. It really drove me nuts. That's why I don't do a Clubhouse. Oh, I'm here to serve, but shut up. Shut up. Stop. 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 You're over here talking about this shiny object syndrome stuff and then not giving away your packages, and what you actually have in the package is not even your information anyway. It's a shared legacy and all the things you've ever learned indirectly or learned. You know what? Come on, man. I'm willing to give you everything I have, and that's the difference. Everything. I am willing to give you everything I have as long as I'm in an intercompatible, like energetic space with you. I am willing to give you my shirt off my back, because history has proven if I'm able to put forth that much energy into something that is recyclable and that has the capacity, then catching lightning in a bottle, lightning in a bottle at least 3 or 4 times a day.
And I love that you said recyclable too, because I think that's one of the things we need to be careful with is sometimes we give to people who are not going to reciprocate, or it's not a recyclable.
You have to hold yourself accountable to this.
Yeah.
I was doing this a lot in my personal life. That's the first indication. The indicator went off going, boop, 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 boop. You got some problems here.
Yeah.
You got some problems. I can't be a captain, save a business. I can't be a captain, save a, you know what? Like, it is what it is. Like, I didn't put a cape on my back.
Right. Right.
I'm not here to save you, but I can provide some resources for you. Anthony Truck's a great personal friend of mine. Okay. I love him. He told me, he gave me some hard advice one day about my personal life and said, yo, you can't expect them. You can plant the seed. You can't try to water that plant or fertilize it. You can't do any of that stuff. You got to plant the seed and allow them to get the water and fertilizer and till their shit themselves, because that you're having plants growing on fertilizer and growing on land. It's not yours, man. That was a hard lesson.
Deep. Yeah.
And I love them for that advice. And that's the next part. If you get caught up in your own ego and thinking you're bigger than who you think you are, right? Then you're not willing to take in information. There's one thing that I know for sure, 100%. I might know more than most, okay, in certain situations. But there's one thing that I humble myself on. I don't know shit.
Right.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I start on a blank sheet of paper every day, but I'm willing to be prepared to put in the work today.
That's awesome. Man, you left so many great, amazing things on this table today, Chris, because, I think that one of the things that I have been noticing with the people that I'm working with is all the stuff you touched on, right? I mean, like not knowing how to recycle that energy, which I think that's so freaking important. Also, I believe in filtering things through what, I believe
Can
in
I
God.
give advice I give advice to those? Can I give advice? Not to cut you off. I'm going to give advice to those out there listening to this, and I'm going to give you a little cheat sheet and I guess a way for you to figure something out, okay? I want you to really hold yourself accountable and go through your phone and go through your emails and go through all the stuff that you do. And first thing is just having awareness, all right? How much time are you recycling in your day? Number one question. If you don't know the answer to that question, the reason why I started with that one, that's the hardest one to figure out. Next one is, how much energy are you pouring into others and only getting a 10% return?
Wow.
Or you're basically living a life for everybody else. Do it from Sunday to Sunday. In all conversations, I'm talking about conversations you have with yourself too. How much time are you talking to your damn self? And you don't even know what you're. If I told you to be quiet and be silent and just be, you can't be and do at the same time. Right. It's impossible. Just be. If I told you just be, most of you will go nuts.
Yeah.
I want you to just be present. Just be there. You hear these people talk about it, but not really like believing in it. Like not having a phone, not having anything, not having nothing. I grew up on a dirt road in Charleston, South Carolina, and now I live in one of the most expensive cities in the world, in a penthouse suite paid for, right? How the hell did I get here? A lot of things.
Right.
But there's a lot of things that has happened for me that's allowed me to forge the skills through the hardship that I was at the time going, man, why does this keep happening? Stop asking yourself why. Stop. That's what the world wants you to do, is to sit there and cry and sit there and be caught. It's okay to like cry in a closet and come back out, hard and ready to rock and roll. But if you're pouring into everybody else and not getting anything from it, you start pouring in your damn self, man.
Oh, so good.
Start asking yourself these questions. Like, what in my life can I remove to get me to a higher place? And then do that. And
That's
do
so
it with
good.
no is a whole sentence.
Yeah, it
A
is.
whole sentence.
I always say that. Yeah.
And sometimes
That's
you won't even
so
get a no
good.
from me. You'll get a no from somebody else on my staff. Not even from me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to. I'm not the guy to ask why.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to get hit with a auto responding email.
Do you think that ego has a lot to do with sometimes overpouring into somebody else?
100%. 100%. Because you really want the best for everybody else. But if they don't want the best for them, that's a hard thing to understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I keep telling, one of my great friends, and he asked me a hard question one day. Why do I keep putting myself? I said, I'm not the one, bro. I'm telling you, man. I was like, all my girlfriends keep cheating on me. Okay, then what are you not doing in relationships, bro? It's sometimes not a them problem. It's a you problem, man. Ask yourself that question first before you start pointing at everybody else. And this is a hard thing for myself. What are you not doing? What are you contributing into or not contributing into? Your inaction sometimes outweigh your actions. You hesitating, being caught in your own freaking emotions and procrastinating on the things that you feel is a key word here, feel that you should be doing and you're not speaking up. If you listen to your gut and listen to that intuitive, that nice little faint voice, the one that's really telling you what to do. And you got all that noise around you telling you what you shoulda, coulda, woulda bullshit, then you got some problems, man. And then you want to worry about building a business? Go work for somebody. Go work for somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Oh,
you can't go out there and build a business and you don't even know how to control your life. And this is a hard thing for myself. You might have a high income skill. I can go and you can take all it away from me, NEENA. I'm telling you, as long as they got businesses out here trying to make money, I can walk into a business and provide them enough value that I can give away for free, pretty much. And they'll pay me something for it.
Right.
I've lived there at the bottom. It's like, hey, they go, I started from the bottom. What's your bottom? I'll give you mine. Let's see who really wants it. You see my point?
Yeah.
And it's really difficult and I can go on. This is one of my favorite topics ever to speak about because how do I build a business? Let's look at your life.
Wow.
Let's look at your life first. Let's see how well you built your life.
That's deep.
Let's look at your life. And that's where I was. I was a walking, talking fraud at one point. I was really good in business. And I couldn't form a great relationship for shit. I couldn't buy it. I tried.
Right.
It's.
He said I tried.
I did, man. I'm telling you, I know that we're on a live right now. I got to tell you on a separate conversation.
Okay.
Meek Mill said it best. There's levels to this, okay? And you got to pay that fine girl tax, okay? And that happens, all right? So it is what it is. I'm just being real, man. But you got to hold yourself accountable to the things that you feel that you want. Why do you want that?
Oh man.
Does it fit into your life? Just that's true knowledge, is understanding you don't know a damn thing and be willing to take in constructive criticism when you're really messing up in life. And then go, okay, now I want to start a business. Okay, well, can you go work for somebody else and build? There's a lot of number twos out there, NEENA, that live a great life, and that sometimes can be everything that you could ever want. Well, go find yourself an entrepreneur as a number one, because there's a lot of pressure as a number one. Most people aren't built for number one. That's true. Okay.
That's true.
It's okay.
That's true. And I think that, you have to discover that, but you got to do the work first, right,
Hold on,
Chris?
question here. Yeah, go ahead. Remind me to hit that question. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that you have to be able to know that too, that you can get there if you're gonna be able to put the work. If you're not gonna wanna put the work, then you can boo-hoo all you want to, but if you're not
Yeah.
putting in the work, you're not getting there.
Stop seeking attention for things that you. Oh my God! You ever seen someone on the internet, like one of your friends or people that you're connected to, just begging for a great? I'm just like, man, I almost want to like find you a girlfriend or find you a boyfriend to treat
Right.
you right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you sit there and
Right.
crying for attention, man. Stop
Right.
crying for attention in so many other ways. It's almost like it breaks my heart.
Right.
It breaks my heart. Like, stop doing this to yourself. You know what? The best way to focus on yourself is don't communicate with the world.
That's so good. That's
Stop
so good.
bleeding over everybody else.
Mm,
Stop trying to hurt everybody else just because you're hurt. Go deal with your own bullshit.
right.
Go
Oof.
deal with you, man. And then come back to me when you can actually hold a conversation, an intellectual conversation, and hold a truthful conversation about why you ain't moving in life. You are the reason why you ain't moving in life. And
Mm,
that's over 90% of individuals. You're truly not moving because you are allowing yourself to hold on to things that you shouldn't carry. That's
right.
your mom's trauma. That's your dad's trauma. That's their ancestors' trauma. Why are you holding on to that?
Right.
Let it
Right.
go, man. That shit's heavy.
Right. Right.
Like when you're doing some crazy stuff is when your parents come to you for advice.
Right.
And they don't even, you could tell they're
Right.
caught in their own ego, man. That's some crazy shit. Wiping someone's ass when they're a little baby and they come to you for life advice.
Right. Right.
That's when you know
Right.
you might be on a path of understanding something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All
And
good.
it's, and my parents are great individuals. I wouldn't be where I'm at today without my mom's patience. My dad's, I mean, all of their patience. They would have killed me when I was little, right? So, I mean, you got to understand, like, there's people have been around you your whole life. You don't even realize the impact that they've had on your life.
Right.
Because you're so fixated on you only and wanting what's best interest of you. Sometimes it takes you to surrender what's in the best interest of you for other people to start gaining more exposure. And then you go, all right, now I think I might have figured something out.
So
go live a life, man. I mean, that's a hard. I mean, you put me in a room and ask me some questions and then tell me the reason why I can't stand that shit is when people get around me and they give me excuses on why they're not moving and, oh, I'm so lucky. Don't you say that word to me. I'll start picking apart your day and start picking apart your life and then it's going, here's the reasons why. Okay, let's write this shit down. That's the problem with people. When was the last time we're sitting in a Stone Age, we got a Stone Age brain, right? And living in a digital world, okay? And when's the last time you wrote anything down?
Right.
Oh, right. I got this thing. I can type on. No, that's the reason why you're losing intelligence. You're incompetent now because I need a computer. I need this. I need that. I need this. I don't need shit.
Right.
I don't need anything. I'll go find. I'll go seek. You know what's so great about every day? It's so exciting.
Yeah.
The possibilities of every day.
Yeah.
That's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it is.
It's so exciting not to know anything. What are the amazing possibilities in life?
Right.
What amazing possibility. You're already a miracle, man. You are a miracle right now. If you're looking for someone right now and you don't want to live your life, go fucking quit.
Right.
Go do something else. Go work at Burger King. They're hiring. They're always hiring.
Right.
Go work somewhere. But that's the problem. It's that W that people are running away from. People are trying to win, but they can't work.
Right.
Win. What takes a win is not relying on anything to win. Win your day. That was one of the things that back when it's so crazy how we do these loop backs. Remember I was talking about the scenario where we're talking about the CEO walked in my office. So thank you for doing this. I ain't doing this shit for you. I'm doing it for me. Right?
Right.
I used to have everyone, it was one question they would fill out every day of the reports. Did you win your day? I didn't tell them how to win their day. Did you win your day?
Did you win your day?
And if they felt like they won their day, I'm going to start breaking them off. So I'm going to ask everybody right now, are you winning your days? Do you win more than lose? It's fine, but at least understanding where you are. What's the score?
Right. Right.
You don't even know how to keep score in a game that you're playing, and sometimes a game that you're playing right now isn't even meant for you to play. Like Michael Jordan is not a good player. He doesn't like to play badminton. He sucks at gambling, right? He shouldn't play blackjack. But he loves to play blackjack. But he's made enough money in his other things to go play blackjack.
Right.
Okay? And really lose. Did you win your day? Are you playing in the field that you should be playing in?
Mm.
And if you're asking yourself, it keeps going back to questions, right? And I'm gonna have to go for a walk after this. This is gonna. I pissed myself off talking because people ask me, well, like, damn, Chris, you speak with so much passion and so much authority. You know who I'm talking to? I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to everyone tuning in right now. God bless your souls. I am talking to younger me. That's who I'm speaking to. I am talking to my younger self and just trying to get his attention. Stop ruining your life.
Mm.
No one cares.
Mm-hmm.
And just keep pushing. If you wake up tomorrow morning and you take a breath and you can walk, you can talk, you can open your eyes. I live every day on purpose because my sister couldn't walk, talk, breathe, fight through tubes. I've tattooed on my back for a reason. I cannot. It's my competitive advantage. I have no excuse.
Yeah.
No excuse. My sister was just handicapped. Okay.
Right.
God rest her soul. But I will not look her in the face if I pass over. If I get the opportunity, God willing, one day, and her be disappointing in my life for a millisecond. Because I can't. I just can't.
Right.
I owe her that. I owe everybody that I come in contact with to. I might say some things that will piss you off, but you know what? At the end of the day, at some point of that conversation with you're having with yourself, those 3 conversations, well, maybe he's got a point.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a point, and you might not communicate that to the world. I got people that have been around me when I was coming up in the world, and they refuse to like anything I do because you don't make your wealth from your friends. You make your wealth from strangers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You create your wealth from strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Stop caring about those people next to you.
Oh, my gosh.
No one gives a shit around you.
Yes.
You create wealth from the people that don't know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you speak, that's an amazing opportunity. You're telling the world who you are.
So good, Chris.
You don't think people aren't paying attention? People are paying attention.
People are paying attention. Chris!
Streets are watching.
So good. This is so good. So, okay, let's look at Gabe real quick. Go ahead.
All right, Gabe, what's up, Gabe? He's got a little tornado. I should have that in my life. Tasmanian devil. What? All right, what do you want to ask a question? I can't read. I'm dyslexic as shit.
Yeah. When that type of change starts to happen in your life, quote, most people ask what is wrong with you, unquote. They don't understand change.
Right. Yeah. What is right? What is the lesson here? Like there's something that I'm really excited about being able to do with my daughters. Take her to school, pick her up. Okay. It's the best part. Right. Mm-hmm. I don't like to ask, well, so how was your day? Tell me about your day. No. What lessons did you learn today? What did you learn? Not what happened. What did you learn from that? Good or bad? What did you learn? Are you learning anything? If there's, just observe things around you. Mm-hmm. Like, look at these assholes, right? Like, look at these ass clowns. Right. Like, just keep messing up and doing whatever they're doing. The history has proven there's more dumbasses out there than there are people that actually are living a better quality of life. You see what I'm saying? And you're out there searching for friends. Who gives a shit? Right? Like, they don't give a shit about you anyway. They got people on there in a dating app searching for something, some type of feeling, swiping over there, and they're addicted now to a damn dating app.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why? I mean, who cares, man? Like, I don't care if you like me or not. At least tell me who you are. At least tell me the truth. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me, but the ones that want to be around you, the ones that want to be with you in business are going to want to be around you, and they're going to get your attention, okay? They're going to get your attention. There's people that I'm coming in contact with today that I've been trying to get their attention for 5 years ago. Now they're asking me for doing work with them. Yeah. And that's when you know you're putting in the work.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm so glad you said that, because I think that with this social media world is exactly the problem, Chris, is that everybody thinks it's going to be an overnight success. And they don't realize your overnight has been 10 years. Your overnight has been 12 years.
It's been 40 years. My overnight's been 40 years. I have been learning information directly or indirectly for 40 years now.
Right. Right. And in 40 years, you're still going to be learning another 40 years of
I,
stuff, you know?
Nina, if you'd have asked me where I would be at in 1 year, a year ago, I would look at you
Right.
like, how in a did I do this already? How?
Right.
But it wasn't me. It was how many indecisions or the small decisions that were I making that were accumulating my results and creating the
Yeah, I love
situations for
that.
me to be in right now.
Right.
Like I'm in conversations that I don't even want to be in that people would die to be in.
Right.
Like
Right.
I don't even want to be known by these ass clowns, and I'm trying to get over here.
Right. Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's almost at
Yeah.
a point to where you start to really start to break down your life and going, man, like I can't wait for tomorrow because I'm gonna find out some more things.
Right. I know, but listen, this is what you said. You said at least go 1% better. At least
Yeah,
do
and you hear
1%
these
better.
people talk about this, but they're not really doing it. I can
Right.
look at your social media right now and tell you you're not increasing 1% because you're decreasing the people around you and how they're speaking about you through their own comments. You're not even asking the right questions to your damn self, especially asking questions to people around you in the first place. Then you
Mm,
can't give a shit about the marketplace. Who cares, man? You don't even know
right.
how to market your damn self, and you're over there talking about I want to try to make sales. I want to try to make money. You don't know how to market yourself. You don't even know who you are.
Right. Right. And I think everybody gets there at one point. Like at some point in your life, you're going to be at that
I'm
point,
telling you, I'm gonna be
you
like
know?
Kanye right now. You're gonna have to put me in a straitjacket here soon. They were like, this
Yeah.
guy, don't ask him any questions. They're gonna be like, I'm almost at a point to where
This-
my manager right now, Steve Virginia. If he's watching this, bro, he's probably gonna be like, shut up, Chris. It's gonna be really difficult to get you in these conversations because they're gonna be like scared to interview. But I'm
I
talking to you
think,
because it makes it different because we're
yeah.
friends, right?
Yeah.
And we
Yeah. And
both
this is
respect each
such a
other,
great, yeah. I
right?
respect you so much. No, I was going to say, this is probably the best conversation I've had. This is so fun. And I want to thank you for popping on because I know you're a busy dude, but I am
Yeah, I
so
gotta go
grateful
change some
for
more
you.
lives.
I know. I
Go
know.
make it happen.
But anyway, guys, thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to come next Monday. I'm gonna let Chris go because he has like 1,000 things he got to get done. Look behind him. It's black out there. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
let him go so he can get
What
out of
what
here.
are you pushing buttons or am I pushing buttons?
I can push him. I can
All
finish
right,
it off if
I
you
just
like.
had to change it to the thing here. Anyways, sorry. Go ahead. You messing in your house. He's like, shut up, Chris. All right, I'll bounce off. Peace out. Much love, guys.
Love you, man. Love you. All right. So I'm going to just wrap it up. So make sure that you guys go on to winject.com/join and make sure that you really look at all the great stuff that's happening on Winject. Chris drops so many nuggets. You're going to have to watch this like over and over just to write them down. I mean, I got a whole notebook and a half on what he has said, right? He is not slowing down. He is really full of wisdom. I just love talking to him. I think the guy is just full of so much knowledge and he's so authentic and he's so real, but he's, at the same time, he's so empathetic and he's just a lot of things. And that's why I've become a friend of his because I really realized how true he really, really is. Right. I have to go back to, yeah, times 10. You're welcome. You're welcome, Kalina, and Dominique. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And Gabe, thank you for hanging out with us today. And 94 was on here. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really appreciate you guys spending time and making all these fun comments. I mean, this guy is just so amazing. So if you don't already follow him, look for Winject and also look for Lord Chris Ross. He's on Instagram. Look for Winject also on Instagram. Follow him on there. Follow him on LinkedIn. Follow him everywhere because he drops so many great nuggets throughout the week. I am just constantly absorbing what he's saying. And he's right. I mean, I really have to change a lot of the way I do things because I am a badass CEO and I want to really develop who I really am inside. I have so much potential and so much in me that is untapped that I'm not even touching. So I have to get there myself. So I'm going to take a lot of what he said because the one of the many, because I have a whole notebook, but the one of the many things that he said that really touched my heart and resonated with me is you are the CEO of your own life first. You are the CEO of your own life first. Hello. How true is that? And until we start acting like the CEO of our own life, how the heck we gonna go ahead and start a business to be a CEO of a business when we can't even control what we're doing? We have to start being adults here, controlling our emotions, controlling our mindset, controlling what we're doing in order to be able to run the companies that we want to run. Man, that was good. That was so good. All right, guys. Thank you guys for being here and spending this time with me. If you did not see this, you missed out. So please watch the replay, because I'm telling you, it is worth every moment. This interview was unbelievable. This is NEENA Perez. This is straight talk, no sugar added. I am so glad you're here. We'll see you soon. Let me get my little outro here somewhere. Here we go. Until next time.
This broadcast is brought to you by Wincheck Studios. We are an all-in-one educational platform for podcasters that revolutionizes how hosts leverage content to increase engagement with listeners, downloads, and income. We come together to focus on community, collaboration, and collective impact. For more information on how you can interact directly with our hosts, access exclusive live content with offers you can't get anywhere else from our official partners, join our purpose-driven community by visiting www.winject.com. If you're ready to build a career doing what you love, then we're ready to see you there.